Hello, Dirty Gretna potential and future riders. This is a pre-ride update for those who are going to be doing the gravel ride. So there's going to be no day of update. So if you plan on coming out, make sure you watch this video. There's going to be some good information in it. So Dirty Gretna is it's a route that I created probably 3-4 years ago and been tweaking it to be the perfect gravel route. So I hope you all enjoy it. It is a 250 kilometer ride if you do the full thing. Now you don't have to do the full thing, but for those who do, you will be rewarded greatly. So what we're going to show you today is basically how to download the routes, how to navigate, how to find the information that you need to do this ride. So there is basically two sections to this route. It's a figure 8. So first we'll go do a counterclockwise figure 8 route to the west. We just call that the west loops. And then we do a clockwise route to the east, and that is our east loops. So for those who want to maybe alter their route a little bit, shorten it here or there, you can. Anybody who's doing the west route will start at 6:30, and that's going to go first, 6:30 in the morning. The east loops will start at approximately 9 o'clock. Now, I say approximately because there's going to be no mass start for any of these. Because of COVID-19, we want to keep our distance. We want to have just a rolling start. When you get there, you're ready, then roll out. We don't want big groups of people going. Now, if groups is your thing, then I recommend being at the start, which is the Franklin Historic Railroad Park in Gretna on Main Street. So be there at either 6:30 or at 9 o'clock, depending on which way you're going. So just be smart, keep your distance, bring your mask, because there's no supported places where you can, we're not going to have any peanut butter and jelly sandwich stands or water stands. So you have to get all of your support from gas stations or restaurants along the route, and they're nicely spaced throughout the whole thing. So if you didn't want to bring a lot of things except for a mask, you can certainly do that, and you'll be just fine. So parking is at the Railroad Historic Park in downtown Maine. Now there is a few spots there, depending on how many people show up. If it gets really packed, then I recommend moving, parking along the street or parking at a church nearby. There should be plenty of places to park. Just east of downtown, there's a park, Elba Park. So it's less than a quarter mile, easy, maybe a tenth of a mile. You can park there and then just ride into town to roll out. So let me show you some demonstrations of these different Google Maps. Now they're all in the descriptions of the Facebook event. You can find them there. Bookmark them, get them on your phone, so when you leave on that day, if you need to access them, you can. You will have cell phone service pretty much along the whole route, so that will not be a problem. Just make sure you have enough battery power in your phone, otherwise, then you're screwed. So let me show you what I have here. So this is the eastern loop. Let me show you, this is the western loop. And this is the full thing. So here we are, we're going to start in downtown, and then we're going to go counterclockwise on this. Now this map, the way it's set up is that all the little yellow lines are gravel roads, okay? So you can look at this thing and you're going to have a wonderful time hitting all these gravel roads. The western loop is more hilly than the eastern loop. So those who are doing the whole thing, you're going to get the hard stuff out of the way first. Now, the way to read this map is everything on the full map, because there's 3 Google Maps. On this full map, anything in purple is a place you can stay. So if you're looking for overnight accommodations before the ride, you can find all that information. So, for example, I'll click on this one right here. You can see that's the Hampton Inn. Okay, this one right here is some little bed and breakfast, and all the information is here that you need. So this Google Map is your friend. Now the spots that are yellow, that is a restaurant that serves beer. If it's blue, then that is a gas station or a grocery store. And if it is green, then that is a restaurant that does not serve beer. So, important distinction there. So that will help you along the route, and you can see what you'll be coming across. So here you can see there's a gas station just a little bit off route, so maybe not stop there. As you come along over here, you can see there's a restaurant and then a gas station. And you can click on these and see what they are. So if we click on this, we can see this is Carl's Place. Now, for those who are doing this, I don't recommend stopping at Carl's Place. You got a long ride ahead of you. Stop at this gas station. Skip the restaurant. It's still going to be pretty early, and then go to the gas station, refuel. Also, another thing on a lot of these stops, what I've done is you can click on it, and it'll show what mile it is on the route. What the next stop is going to be. So the next stop here is going to be a crummy gas station in 11 more miles. And then after that, you'll have the climax store in 33 miles. So maybe you want to skip this next gas station and go 33 miles to the climax store. And a little thing about the climax store. Now, this place looks rough from the outside, but it is a hidden gem. So there's an old lady in there who cooks all the food by hand. She says hot dogs is her specialty. So I definitely recommend stopping there for lunch if you have the time. It'll be about lunchtime when you roll in there. Now, another thing about this map is you'll see that so this is the Western Google Map. You can see that there's multiple lines on here, and you might be saying, what in the world? Okay, so if you wanted to do a shorter route, you can go through these and see them. So this is what we call the West 26. It's 26 miles, 27% gravel or 7 miles of gravel. Now, in each one of these, I've included, there's either a Strava link or a ride with GPS link. So if you have this map on your phone, you need to call an audible and change up your ride, you can just simply click on the route. There's the link to the route. Click on it, open up the Strava app, click ride, and you're good to go. Some of these are ride with GPS, so that you might have to use that app to navigate it. But most of the smaller ones are Strava. So essentially, that's how you can determine what route you want to do. Now, there's 3 Google Maps. There's one for the full route. This one includes places to stay. The others do not show the places to stay. That's the only distinction. So Google Map limits me to 10 layers. So that's kind of why I had to break these up into multiple Google Maps. So now the East. The East is where all the fun happens. This is going to be where I think most people are going to be riding. This is the one that starts at 9 o'clock. And so over in the legend over here, you can see that we've got all the different routes. You can click on them there. Again, the links, how many miles, what percentage gravel it is. If you don't want to see some of these, just uncheck it. And then you're just looking at what you're going to be riding. Okay. The red on this map shows the the main route. Okay, that's the big kahuna. So you can see right up in this corner, look at all that yellow, folks. That's some really good gravel. It's really nice and flat. This is going to be so much fun. You could probably have some aero bars if you're that kind of a person and just rip this. It's so fast. I'll say up in this little tiny corner. Let's see, it stopped. Oh, still recording. Okay. Up in this little tiny corner, so here we start out at Gretna. We hit a couple little spots. So there is an out and back. Pay attention to this part right here, okay? So you'll come to a T and you'll say, oh, what in the world? My route is showing me going left and right. All right, go left. All right, go left. And also at this intersection is a beautiful farm. There's a golden retriever dog. He might come barking out, but he's very friendly. So love on him. He may look scary at first, but he's just he's a sweetheart. Okay, so you'll want to do this out and back. Now, you don't have to. You can ride part of it and then meet your friends as they're coming back if they're a little bit faster. I will say at the end of this, there's a spot where you can get out of the rain if it's raining. It's actually a farmer's market. It won't be open. There's some fields, melon fields, so you're going to love the smell of that as you roll through there. But this section is just amazing. So normally I don't do out and backs, but this was totally worth it. So it is in the route forever. If you're looking to do this as a race, I'll just say this now. You are welcome to ride it as fast as you can. There's no trophies. There is a Hall of Fame. In fact, anybody who rides it fast or slow, who does the full west route, full east route, or the full 250 will, if you do this full route or this one or the whole thing, you'll get your time entered into the Hall of Fame. So all you have to do to get it entered is record it in Strava, have your profile public, and make sure that I can see it in the Strava flyby, because that's how I record your time. I see when you rolled up and when you rolled out, and then mark your start and your stop time, and that's how I record that. And I'll put a link to your ride in the Hall of Fame worksheet, and you'll be famous, hands down. Okay, so back to the east route. So now this spot right here, BB's Place. You'll see it's the color of beer because they serve beer. And so this is a really nice spot to meet up with friends, grab some lunch. They have picnic tables outside. And again, it looks rough from the outside. You may not even realize it's a restaurant, but it is. And so I recommend getting their large hamburger there. Oh, man, it's great. And you can grab your food, go outside. People still smoke inside in this place, believe it or not. So it's kind of, you're in tobacco country, people. And you will see a lot of tobacco harvesting going on, multiple tobacco barns. It's just a cool area to be in. So down here in the White Oak Mountain Wildlife Area, the gravel is a little bit rougher than everywhere else. That's because everything else is VDOT, and then this is going to be state gravel. And so it's 1 week before hunting season, so we're getting in there just in time. Get in and out of there and don't get shot, and we'll all be happy. Now, another thing I need to say on this. When you get to Chatham, you have a choice. And there is this very special little section out here that is not a part of the route because this little yellow line right here is questionable as to whether that's a road that we're allowed to ride on or not. In some maps, it is shown, and in other maps, it is not. So we've been riding through there, no problems, and you'll probably be fine too. Just if it's raining, I don't recommend going through there, or if it has just recently rained, because it can be a muddy mess, and it's that red clay. So this is called Red Dirty. That's the name of this road. We've named it Red Dirty. But if you get through there, it might be your favorite part of the whole ride. Who knows? So from there, you've got a good 13 miles to get back into Gretna, and and then you'll be done. You'll be wonderful. You can stick around, bring chairs at the finish line for just hanging out if you want to. Keep your distance. Wear your masks. Let's be good people who are in Gretna. So with that, hopefully I didn't bore you too much with the maps, but that really is the key to getting this ride dialed in. Understand it. Download your maps. Get it all on your Garmin GPS. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a ring or shoot me a text. I may not even be visible the day of the ride. That's the way this is going to work. Folks, just show up, go ride. We're going to keep our distance, no masks start. So let me look through my notes here, see if there's anything else that I've missed. You can mix and match, west loops with east loops. If you wanted to do 100 miles, you could do the 26-mile west loop with the full east loop, and you'll have a century ride. So that's another option. I think that's pretty much it. So everybody, let's have fun. And it is Talk Like a Pirate Day, so make sure everybody talks like a pirate when you're doing this ride. I expect that. So have fun.